South China Sea. United States Naval Vessel Impeccable, TAGOS-23. Victorious-class ocean surveillance ship. Displacement, 5,370 tons. Length, 281 feet. Civilian crew, 25 merchant marine personnel. Military detachment, 8 Navy technicians. Total, 33 Americans. Equipped with SIRTAS towed array sonar. Surveillance towed array sensor system. Submarine detection. Acoustic intelligence gathering. Range, hundreds of miles. Depth, thousands of feet. Cost, $250 million. Operating in international waters. 117 nautical miles from Chinese coast. Legal operations. Professional execution. Until Chinese Coast Guard attempted seizure. 3 vessels. CCG 5901. Megacutter. Displacement, 12,000 tons. Length, 541 feet. World's largest Coast Guard vessel. Plus CCG 3305 and CCG 3306. Type 818 cutters. Each 4,000 tons. Combined force, 3 vessels. 20,000 tons displacement. 400 personnel. Armed with water cannons. 76mm naval guns. 30mm cannons. Complete capability. Mission: seize American survey vessel. Capture SIRTAS equipment. Detain crew. Demonstrate Chinese sovereignty. Orders from Beijing. Board American vessel. Take control. Claim territorial waters violation. International incident acceptable. Chinese government thought unarmed survey ship vulnerable. Thought civilian crew wouldn't resist. Thought American response inadequate. They were catastrophically wrong. USS Rafael Peralta arrived. DDG-115. Arleigh Burke-class Flight 2IA destroyer. The escort destroyer ended standoff. Immediately. Decisively. Overwhelmingly. What happened next sent message to Beijing. Attempting to seize American vessels guarantees destroyer response. USNS Impeccable. Military sealift command vessel. Operated by civilian mariners. Mission: ocean surveillance. Submarine tracking. Acoustic intelligence. Non-combatant vessel. Protected under international law. Master Captain Robert Sullivan commanded ship operations. 26 years merchant marine experience. Multiple surveillance missions. Professional mariner. He observed tactical display. 3 Chinese Coast Guard vessels approaching. Aggressive formation. High speed. 28 knots. Range. 12 nautical miles. Intent. Obvious. Hostile. He transmitted emergency. 7th Fleet. Impeccable. 3 Chinese Coast Guard vessels approaching. Aggressive profile. Range 12 miles. Assess seizure attempt. Request immediate assistance. Chinese Coast Guard Commander Captain Chen Wei commanded CCG 5901. Former PLA Navy officer, transferred to Coast Guard. Years maritime experience. Combat background. He received orders from China Coast Guard headquarters. Seize American surveillance vessel. Board forcibly if necessary. Claim territorial waters violation. Take control of equipment and crew. International incident authorized. Orders: act of war. Seizure. Piracy. International law. Violated. Strategic miscalculation. Catastrophic. He positioned his 3 vessels. Surrounding formation. Blocking escape routes. Preparation. Boarding operation. Expectation. American surrender. Reality. Destroyer response. At 3:47 p.m. local time, Chinese Coast Guard vessels closed to 6 nautical miles. Formation. Surrounding. CCG 5901, approaching from stern. CCG 3305 from port. CCG 3306 from starboard. Coordinated maneuver. Military precision. Captain Chen transmitted. American vessel Impeccable. You have violated Chinese territorial waters. Stop engines immediately. Prepare for boarding inspection. Comply or face consequences. Captain Sullivan responded professionally. Chinese Coast Guard. This is USNS Impeccable. We are operating in international waters. 117 nautical miles from Chinese coast. No territorial violation. Request you maintain safe distance. Which response provides best protection for unarmed survey vessel? A. Evasion in flight. B. Diplomatic protest. C. Armed destroyer escort arriving. Chinese vessels ignored response. Maintained approach. Range: 4 nautical miles, 3 nautical miles. Captain Chen ordered, "All vessels, prepare boarding teams, deploy boats, seize American vessel, use force if resisted." At 3:52 p.m., Chinese Coast Guard vessels deployed rigid-hull inflatable boats. RHIBs, armed boarding teams visible, weapons drawn, aggressive posture, approaching USNS Impeccable. Range, 2 nautical miles, 1.5 nautical miles. Seizure imminent. 33 American civilians, endangered. Strategic crisis, developing. Stay with me. What happened in next 17 minutes became Coast Guard aggression response demonstration, showing why attempting to seize American vessels fails catastrophically when destroyer escorts arrive. Captain Sullivan transmitted flash traffic. 7th Fleet, Impeccable under imminent boarding threat. Chinese Coast Guard deploying assault boats. Armed teams approaching. Require immediate intervention. 33 Americans endangered. Response came instantly. Impeccable. USS Rafael Peralta responding. ETA 14 minutes. Maintain position. Do not comply with boarding. Help arriving. USS Rafael Peralta. DDG-115. Arleigh Burke-class Flight 2EA destroyer. Position: 47 nautical miles from USNS Impeccable. Maximum speed: 35 knots. Emergency response authorized. Commander Jennifer Martinez received tasking. Rafael Peralta. American survey vessel under Chinese seizure attempt. 3 Coast Guard cutters. Boarding imminent. Protect American vessel. Prevent seizure. Use necessary force. She ordered. General quarters. Maximum speed. Intercept Chinese vessels. Weapons free if Americans boarded. This is where Navy Wire brings you inside survey vessel protection operations, where Chinese Coast Guard aggression meets American destroyer response, where attempted seizure triggers overwhelming intervention, where unarmed civilian mariners get military protection, superior capability, superior response, superior outcomes. At 3:54 p.m., Chinese RHIBs closed to 800 yards from USNS Impeccable. Boarding imminent. Captain Sullivan transmitted. Chinese Coast Guard. Final warning. This is illegal seizure attempt. American naval forces responding. Abort boarding immediately. Captain Chen ignored warning. Ordered. Proceed with boarding. Seize vessel. Detain crew. Mission priority. Chinese boarding teams. Approaching final distance. 600 yards. 400 yards. 200 yards. About to board. About to seize. About to create international incident. Until American destroyer arrived. At 4:01 p.m., USS Rafael Peralta appeared on horizon. Range: 12 nautical miles. Closing at maximum speed. AN/SPY 1D radar illuminating entire area. Fire control systems active. Weapons ready. Commander Martinez transmitted powerful frequency. Chinese Coast Guard vessels. This is United States Navy destroyer Rafael Peralta. You are attempting illegal seizure of American vessel in international waters. Abort boarding immediately. Clear area now. This is your only warning. How fast can Arleigh Burke destroyer close 12 nautical miles at emergency speed? A. 30 minutes. B. 20 minutes. C. 14 minutes maximum speed. Answer at the end. Captain Chen observed American destroyer. Range: closing rapidly. 10 nautical miles. 8 nautical miles. Radar: active. Weapon systems: ready. His 3 Coast Guard cutters: completely outmatched. 76mm guns versus destroyer missiles. Water cannons versus 5-inch gun. No contest. He transmitted emergency to headquarters. American destroyer responding. Armed. Aggressive. Request guidance. Response delayed. Beijing. Evaluating. 30 seconds. 60 seconds. 90 seconds. Political calculation. Finally. Abort seizure. Withdraw boarding teams. Maintain position. Claim routine patrol. If you believe Chinese Coast Guard seizure attempts are acts of piracy, type Navy Wire in the comments. At 4:03 p.m., Captain Chen ordered, recall boarding teams, return to vessels, abort seizure operation. Chinese RHIBs turned away. Range from Impeccable, 150 yards, close, dangerous, almost succeeded. But American destroyer, Changed equation. Boarding teams, retreating. Seizure attempt, aborted. Strategic operation, failed. But standoff, continuing. USS Rafael Peralta closed to 3 nautical miles, positioned between Chinese Coast Guard and USNS Impeccable. Defensive screen, professional presence. Commander Martinez transmitted, Chinese Coast Guard, your attempted seizure violated international law. Piracy. Armed boarding of civilian vessel. Everything documented. Recorded. You will maintain 3 nautical mile distance. Comply immediately. At 4:07 p.m., Chinese Coast Guard vessels maintained position. Not withdrawing, not departing, just holding. 2 nautical miles from Impeccable. Blocking, interfering, harassing. Captain Chen transmitted, American destroyer. We are conducting lawful patrol. Chinese territorial waters. American vessel violated sovereignty. Claims, false. Location, international waters. Verified by GPS. Documented by multiple sources. Chinese assertion, propaganda. Reality, aggression. Commander Martinez ordered demonstration. Show overwhelming capability. Force Chinese withdrawal. She transmitted, fire control. Activate weapon systems. Illuminate Chinese vessels. Show them what they face. At 4:09 p.m., USS Rafael Peralta activated fire control radar. AN/SPG-62 illuminators. Targeting all 3 Chinese Coast Guard vessels. Weapons quality track. Missile locks achieved. Not threatening to fire, but demonstrating capability. Message, we can destroy you instantly. Chinese crews, detected illumination. Radar warning receivers, screaming. Missile locks, confirmed. 3 vessels, targeted simultaneously. Panic, spreading. What would you have done if commanding destroyer facing Chinese seizure attempt? Comment your tactical decision below. Captain Chen transmitted urgent. Headquarters, American destroyer achieved weapons lock. All 3 vessels targeted. Missile threat imminent. Request immediate withdrawal authorization. Beijing response. Maintain position. Americans will not fire on Coast Guard. Political consequences unacceptable. Hold location. Assessment. Gambling. Calculation. Risky. American resolve. About to be demonstrated. Commander Martinez ordered escalation. MH-60R Seahawk helicopter launched. Armed with Hellfire missiles. Aggressive posture. Overhead Chinese vessels. Plus transmitted to 3rd Fleet. Recommend additional assets. Chinese Coast Guard refusing withdrawal. Seizure attempt continues. Require demonstration of resolve. Response. Rafael Peralta. USS Chonghoon deploying. ETA 47 minutes. USS Dewey launching aircraft. Regional demonstration authorized. At 4:17 p.m., situation intensified. USS Rafael Peralta. Weapons locked on Chinese vessels. MH-60R helicopter. Overhead. Additional destroyer. Inbound. FA-18. Super Hornets. Launching from carrier. Chinese Coast Guard. Surrounded. Outmatched. Overwhelmed. 3 Coast Guard cutters versus American destroyer. Plus helicopter. Plus additional destroyer arriving. Plus carrier aircraft. Force ratio. Impossible. Captain Chen transmitted final emergency. Headquarters. American forces overwhelming. Multiple vessels. Aircraft. Weapons locked. Cannot maintain position. Requesting immediate withdrawal authorization. Beijing finally acknowledged reality. 3 Coast Guard cutters. Inadequate. American response, comprehensive. Seizure attempt, failed. Strategic situation, untenable. Response came, all vessels withdraw. Emergency departure. Return Chinese waters. Mission aborted. Minimize international exposure. Orders, retreat. Admission, defeat. Strategic operation, catastrophic failure. At 4:23 p.m., Chinese Coast Guard vessels turned away. All 3, maximum speed, departing. Range from USNS Impeccable increasing. 5 nautical miles, 10 nautical miles, 20 nautical miles. Seizure attempt, abandoned. American survey vessel, protected. 33 civilians, safe. Destroyer escort, mission accomplished. Without firing shot, just presence, just capability, just professional intimidation. Commander Martinez maintained position, escorting USNS Impeccable, protective coverage. Chinese Coast Guard, departing but monitored. Radar tracking, continuous. Weapon systems, ready. Until Chinese vessels, 30 nautical miles away, 50 nautical miles. Threat, eliminated. Mission, complete. She transmitted, 7th Fleet, Rafael Peralta. Chinese seizure attempt prevented. Impeccable secure. Survey operations continuing. Chinese vessels withdrawn. Standoff ended. Tactical assessment revealed Chinese strategic disaster. Attempt to seize American survey vessel. 3 Coast Guard cutters deployed. Boarding teams prepared. Aggressive approach. Expected. American surrender. Civilian crew compliance. Equipment capture. Reality. Destroyer response. Immediate intervention. Overwhelming presence. Weapons demonstration. Force multiplication. Chinese retreat. Complete failure. Strategic humiliation. Quantity or quality in survey vessel protection? Comment Q for quantity or L for quality. USS Rafael Peralta demonstrated Arleigh Burke-class intervention capability. Responded in 14 minutes. Positioned defensively. Activated weapons systems. Achieved missile locks. Demonstrated overwhelming force. Against 3 Coast Guard cutters. Completely superior. Detection, comprehensive. Tracking, perfect. Intimidation, overwhelming. Without firing shot. Mission accomplished. This is destroyer presence. This is professional response. This is why American vessels protected absolutely. MH-60R Seahawk helicopter proved essential intimidation platform. Armed presence overhead. Hellfire missiles visible. Mobile threat. Chinese vessels, exposed from above. Vulnerable. Surrounded. Psychological impact. Significant. These helicopters. Force multipliers. Capability demonstration. Tactical flexibility. Against Coast Guard cutters. Overwhelming presence addition. Fire control radar illumination demonstrated non-kinetic warfare effectiveness. Weapons locks. Psychological impact. Missile threat. Implied. No shots fired, but capability shown. Chinese crews. Understanding vulnerability. Radar warnings. Constant reminder. Death. Seconds away. Political courage. Evaporating. This is modern warfare. Demonstrating capability. Forcing decisions. Achieving objectives without violence. Regional force multiplication showed networked response capability. Single destroyer. Responded immediately. Second destroyer. Inbound. Carrier aircraft. Launching. Complete escalation. Chinese Coast Guard. Facing fleet response. 3 cutters. Inadequate against American network. Force ratio. Impossible. Strategic calculation. Failed. This is American naval power. Coordinated. Overwhelming. Decisive. Which technology dominates 2030 maritime sovereignty disputes? Coast Guard numbers, destroyer presence, or networked fleet response? Comment your prediction. Chinese government response was embarrassing retreat explanation. Official statements claimed routine patrol, navigation exercise, misunderstanding. But evidence contradicted everything. Boarding teams deployed, seizure attempted, American vessel targeted, destroyer response, documented, retreat, recorded, no routine patrol, deliberate seizure attempt, complete failure, international humiliation. American diplomatic response was legal framework emphasis with capability demonstration. International waters, verified. GPS coordinates, documented. Chinese territorial claim, false. Seizure attempt, piracy. Boarding, illegal. Destroyer response, appropriate defense. Legal analysis, comprehensive. Diplomatic protest, formal. Evidence, preserved. Message, Chinese Coast Guard aggression answered with naval force. Always, decisively, professionally. Regional allies observed closely and requested coordination. Japan noted Chinese retreat. South Korea witnessed American response. Taiwan recorded destroyer effectiveness. Philippines saw protection capability. Australia documented force demonstration. Their confidence strengthened. Chinese aggression answered. American commitment validated. When China attempts seizing American vessel, destroyer response guaranteed. Regional security maintained through presence. Congressional response was ocean survey protection priority. CERTAS vessels, strategic assets. Acoustic intelligence, critical capability. Civilian crews, requiring protection. Destroyer escorts, essential. Chinese aggression, unacceptable. Funding, increased. Escort operations, expanded. Survey missions, protected absolutely. December 9th, validated protection doctrine. Proved escort necessity. Demonstrated destroyer effectiveness. The 33 American civilian mariners aboard USNS Impeccable experienced direct threat, then rescue. Chinese boarding, minutes away. Seizure, imminent. Capture, expected. Then destroyer arrival. Boarding abort. Chinese retreat. Protection, complete. Psychological impact, profound. Understanding. American Navy protects civilian mariners. Always. Decisively. Professionally. Morale, strengthened. Mission confidence, absolute. Operational effectiveness, enhanced through protection assurance. The 400 Chinese Coast Guard personnel faced professional humiliation. Seizure operation failed publicly. Boarding aborted. Retreat forced. Destroyer presence overwhelming. Weapons locks terrifying. Strategic mission catastrophic failure. Commander questioned. Officers investigated. Crews demoralized. Career impacts significant. Single operation damaged Coast Guard credibility. Chinese maritime law enforcement questioned internationally. International maritime law community analyzed incident comprehensively. Attempted seizure, piracy. Armed boarding civilian vessel, illegal. Territorial waters claim, false. American response, lawful defense. Destroyer intervention, appropriate. Force demonstration, proportional. This became primary case study. Maritime law curriculum. Survey vessel protection. Destroyer escort doctrine. International waters enforcement. Chinese aggression educated global maritime community through spectacular failure. Was this incident survey protection, destroyer response, or strategic deterrence? Leave your analysis in the comments. And while you're there, tell us, what maritime operations should Navy Wire cover next? Your engagement shapes our content. Your support makes this possible. To hostile forces, understand that attempting to seize American survey vessels guarantees destroyer response. Chinese Coast Guard learned. 3 cutters deployed. Boarding teams prepared. Seizure attempted. Destroyer arrived 14 minutes. Weapons locked immediately. Overwhelming force demonstrated. Retreat forced. This is guaranteed outcome. Survey vessels, protected. Destroyer escorts, responsive. Seizure attempts, futile. Don't board American vessels. Don't attempt piracy. Don't test naval response. To American survey crews, understand that Captain Sullivan and USNS Impeccable showed exceptional discipline. Refused boarding, maintained position, requested assistance, trusted response. This is professional seamanship. This is protection doctrine. When threatened, call Navy. When endangered, trust escorts. When protected, continue mission. December 9th proved survey vessel protection works. Destroyer response, immediate. Civilian safety, guaranteed. South China Sea remains international waters. Survey operations continue freely. Chinese seizure attempts answered with destroyer intervention. Coast Guard aggression, futile against naval force. When China attempts boarding American vessels, response, overwhelming. Immediate destroyer presence. Weapons demonstration. Force multiplication. Strategic deterrence. Chinese aggression, defeated. Survey missions, protected absolutely. Allied survey cooperation increased significantly. Japan enhanced acoustic surveillance. Australia coordinated ocean monitoring. South Korea committed survey support. When Chinese Coast Guard attempts seizing American vessel, region responds with increased cooperation. Survey coordination enhanced. Intelligence sharing expanded. Destroyer escort coordinated regionally. If you made it this far, you understand what survey vessel protection requires. You've witnessed destroyer response. You've seen force demonstration. You've learned why seizure attempts fail. This is Navy Wire, where we break down maritime operations, where survey protection gets serious analysis, where destroyer escorts are explained, where American response is celebrated. Subscribe now. Join our community of serious maritime analysts. Hit notification bell so you never miss survey operations coverage. Support this channel by hitting like button immediately. Share this video with someone needing to understand survey vessel protection. Comment your thoughts on destroyer escorts. Your engagement helps us grow. Your support enables detailed analysis. Your passion drives this channel forward. Build Navy Wire community with us. 3 final questions. Which capability proved most effective? Which decision prevented seizure? What maritime operation should we analyze next? Drop answers below. Debate. Discuss. Engage. Your comments shape future content. Quiz answer: 14 minutes at maximum speed. USS Rafael Peralta covered 47 nautical miles from initial position to protective intercept in 14 minutes at emergency speed of 35+ knots, demonstrating that American destroyers respond to survey vessel threats with sufficient speed to prevent seizure attempts before boarding completion. The ocean protects American mariners. Chinese Coast Guard attempted seizure. 3 cutters, CCG 5901, CCG 3305, CCG 3306, 20,000 tons combined, 400 personnel, armed boarding teams, USNS Impeccable targeted, 33 civilians endangered, boarding imminent, seizure minutes away. American destroyer responded, USS Rafael Peralta, 14 minutes arrival, defensive position, fire control active, 3 missile locks, weapons demonstrated, helicopter deployed, additional forces inbound, Chinese retreat forced, 17 minutes, threat to protection, 0 shots fired, complete success. This is destroyer escort. This is survey protection. This is American naval response. December 9th proved absolutely. Survey vessels, protected. Seizure attempts, prevented. Chinese aggression, answered. Decisively, professionally, permanently. Subscribe to Navy Wire, where we analyze maritime operations demonstrating American survey protection superiority, where destroyer escort receives tactical breakdown, where force demonstration gets serious analysis, where civilian protection is explained and celebrated, where American response is recognized completely. This is Navy Wire. This is maritime security reality. This is your community. Welcome aboard.